Hey everyone, it's Natalie. I'm excited to let you know that I'm opening up spaces for collaboration and advertising and sponsorship on this podcast and on my YouTube channel. If you're a brand looking to grow in the wellness, family, or mindfulness spaces, I would love to collaborate with you. You can find a link to get in touch with me in the show notes, and you can always find out more about what I'm up to on natalietisdale.com. Hey everyone, it's Natalie. So glad to have you joining today for the podcast. I'm a big natural health fan, and it is my goal here on this podcast to help you feel better. Something that I want to talk about today, maybe you've not heard this big long word, but it is essential to our physical health. It's glutathione. It helps detox our systems and it helps us prevent disease. I'm talking today with Dr. Nayan Patel. He is the author of a book called The Glutathione Revolution. Where did I first hear of glutathione? Well, a couple of years ago, I had a doctor who recommended an IV drip when I wasn't feeling well or before we traveled internationally. He told me that glutathione was one of the elements of this IV drip. That's when I first heard it, and I knew that it must be pretty big. Dr. Patel is going to tell us today exactly what glutathione is, what happens when the levels of glutathione in your body are low, what diseases it actually wards off, and how you can naturally increase the amount of this super antioxidant in your cells. He is a wealth of very practical information. I know you're going to learn so much. And I also want to tell you that you can go to the show notes today because I put a link in there to a product that Dr. Patel mentions, which I have just started in the last couple of weeks, and I'm having my family take it as well. And I am really excited about it. Again, that's in the show notes. And while you're in the show notes, be sure that you join my newsletter. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this podcast and please leave me a review. It means so much when you do so. I really appreciate it. Okay, on to more about glutathione with Dr. Nayan Patel. Dr. Patel joining me now. And I have been hearing this word, of course, as a health reporter, I'm familiar with, but the magic of glutathione. So let's start with that because I know you wrote a whole book about it, and then we'll go into some other topics surrounding it. Tell us what glutathione is.
When I get these questions all the time, first thing I put on is my pharmacist cap, right? What is glutathione? Chemically, it's a protein. It's a combination of 3 amino acids, glutamine, glycine, and cysteine, combines in a sequence, makes it a protein. It's the simplest form of protein, but the unique part of glutathione is it's the most abundantly produced in human bodies. So chemically, it's a protein, but then we don't look at chemical structure, right? We all have to say, what do you do? Well, I'm a male or I'm a female. We don't say that. We always go back and say, well, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a doctor, I'm a reporter, I'm a telecaster. So our identity is based on what we do. So glutathione's identity is based on what it does. And its identity came from as the most powerful antioxidant. Is just one of the role it does in the body is to reduce the oxidative stress in the body, and it's called the mother of all antioxidants. And so what it is and what it does is two different things, but there you are now. Now you know what glutathione is.
Okay, so now we've geeked out a little bit. We know that. How do we get it? And is it something you as a pharmacist, you've known this forever, but is it something that we're just more aware of today? And why more so in the last few years, at least for the general public?
So it's been around for over 100 years.
Yeah.
It's something that we have known for long periods of time. It's widely researched product or name on Google or any of our favorite search engines today. And the reason we are talking about this today, even though we have known this for 100 years, is because it is something that we would like to increase in our body abundantly. But more importantly, we want to make sure that there are products available to help us do that. And so for all these years, I've been working on this thing. And I have about 20 books right on my side over here. That's all the books I've published on glutathione. And I saw every one of them. Nobody talks about how does it help your patients? How does it help general public, what to do with it? I have some literature on chemical structures and what it does in your body and all the pharmacokinetics of this product in a molecule in your body. but it doesn't dive into it. Is it going to help me with my wrinkles? Is it going to help me with my stress? Is it going to help me with my feeling with full of energy? So that has just come around in the last, I would say, 15 to 20 years. And thanks to my book, it's reaching thousands of people on a daily basis. The message is out there now.
I'm going to link your book, by the way, in the show notes, The Glutathione Revolution. But let's go into some of those specifics. I think in my analysis now, as a podcaster, I run my own website, I teach at a high school. I came out of the news business where I feel like we are at the highest level of stress in my 50 years that we've ever experienced. Does glutathione help us manage our stress levels? Does it help within the body and that anxiety and stress?
So you're right. I mean, last 2 years have been extremely difficult for a lot of people, especially with dealing with mental stress.
Yes.
And the word unprecedented has been overused.
Yeah.
I believe so. But if it needs to be used this time, I think it justifies that part, because we are seeing numbers that we have never seen before. I still run a full-fledged pharmacy, so we see prescriptions every single day. And I see mental disorders at a peak at this time. So while glutathione may not be able to reduce the mental stress down, what mental stress does to a body, it produces a lot of free radicals. There's a lot of chemical processes that are happening in the pituitary in your brain that is producing all these free radicals. There's a byproduct of any chemical reactions. Those chemical reactions, the byproducts have to be sequestered and removed from the body. And so the glutathione is the only product that our body produces to basically take all this supercharged electrons in our body, kind of neutralize them and get rid of them. Even though it may not be helpful with the stress reduction per se, but the stress causing the secondary effects to a body is reduced down completely. So even though we may not be able to remove your mental stress, we are able to keep your body safe and functioning, and as well as full of energy, so you can get by doing all your daily work, and hopefully one day we'll figure out a way to how to reduce mental stress down.
Yeah, but part of mental stress is physically not feeling well. I mean, I know for myself, like I might have a little bit of mental stress, but then when you feel sick, it just adds, and then all of a sudden you're in this cycle, and the mental stress is even worse because physically you don't feel well.
That's right. I mean, if you want to dive deep into stresses, there are physical stresses, there are chemical stressors, there are emotional stressors, and all the stressors. I mean, some of the stress you can't get away from it. For example, sun. I mean, if you wake up in the morning, if you walk outside, you're going to be exposed to sunlight, and that's producing stressors from outside that your body has to deal with it. Chemicals. By the time you leave your house every morning, you're exposed to anywhere from 50 to 70 different chemicals that your body has to somehow get rid of it. Yeah. I mean, all the stressors that we take it for granted in this modern day society is our body has to deal with it. Yeah. And it deals with it by producing glutathione. But as you know, as we age, our stresses never reduces. In fact, starting the age of 21, we decide to knowingly consume alcohol, which we know is a solvent, and it adds more stress to our body. So we do things knowingly that's not good for our body, but we still do that because we think the body is going to neutralize every single thing we do and eat and drink. But as we age, the body kind of say, well, your stress is not reducing. My ability to produce glutathione is reducing. And so now there comes to a point where I said, what do I do now? How do I restore my levels again? Yeah. And that's always been $1 million question.
So I'm hearing you say our body produces glutathione, but what can we do to get more glutathione? Is there a supplement?
So, I mean, our body is well equipped it's a very simple protein chain. It's a 3 amino acid protein chain, right? It's a very simple molecule. The body can produce enough of it on a daily basis. We don't have to take anything supplementation wise other than the 3 amino acids, the glycine, the glutamine, and the cysteine. The hardest one to get in your body is cysteine. So there are foods like whey proteins and asparagus and avocados that you get all those different amino acids for your body to produce its own glutathione. So if you're young, when I say young, I mean under the age of 30-ish is what I'm saying. I can't put a number to it anymore because the name keeps on fluctuating. When I say, how old are you? I said, well, we should ask me how young I am today, because before it used to be over the hill was a 40-year party. Now it's a 50. Now my friends are getting into 60. I say, hey, I'm still in the middle age group, so to speak. So under the age of 30, your body can produce its own glutathione, have enough in your diet. My book has a 14-day plan to boost your levels up. It's a simple diet. It's nothing crazy. It's all the fruits and vegetables that you find in a local grocery store. There's nothing exotic foods that you have to eat to get your glutathione levels up. But once your body cannot produce glutathione, there's literally 3 things you can do to improve your glutathione levels. One is consume those amino acids and have your body produce its own glutathione, which is cysteine, glycine, and glutamine. Cysteine, again, there's a vitamin called N-acetylcysteine, NAC, which is widely available in the open market. And that's the best way to improve glutathione levels. Then there's all these glutathione supplementations in the world. I mean, there are thousands of those supplementations available at this point. But what happens is that the body sends this as a protein, and the protein will be broken down into various amino acids and try to build the glutathione levels again. So I did not believe in taking glutathione supplementations at all, because it doesn't get absorbed in the form you take it. The last thing is, of course, you can go to the doctor's office and you can take injections of glutathione. But glutathione, being such a large molecule, it doesn't get inside your red blood cells. It gets inside your blood, but stays. The blood is made of water and red blood cells. The blood is the plasma. So glutathione ends up staying in the plasma the whole time and never gets into the red blood cells. And if it stays in the plasma, it's out of your system in about 14 to 20 minutes. So if you go to a doctor's office, take a shot of it, guess what? In 20 minutes or so, it's out of your body. And so that doesn't give me a good feeling that if I have a needs on a daily basis, I can't take a shot every 20 minutes. So that's not possible. So without going into more detail, I can give myself a shameless plug, is I discovered the glutathione molecule in a stable form to be delivered topically. And at first, when I did that part, I did not realize what it was doing. And it wasn't until about a couple of years down the road, after I discovered the stability of the product, I started using it on my patients. I called a few doctors, started using it on my patients. It was absorbing, did some blood tests for my patients. And what we found out was it actually increases red blood cells levels for the glutathione for the very first time. And that's basically prompted me to do all the research for 10 years, wrote the book for after I did my other research, and then launched my company.
Wow. Okay. So I want to know about this topical solution. Is it a cream and you just put it somewhere on your body, and how often, and what is it?
It's a liquid. It's just like a liquid solution. I use it in a spray form. You just spray it on your body. Any part of your body gets into your stream. We do have some skincare product as well, because as we all know, our face is never covered. Our face is the most exposed to the environmental toxins all the time. So we have a product for the face, just to help with the face. At the same time, glutathione is not just for your face, it's for your whole body. And so I usually apply on my liver, on my right-hand side of my abdomen, apply it over there, and it gets inside your body.
So let's talk about, that's fascinating. And I definitely want to try that because I'm a big believer. Let's talk about wrinkles, aging, and how glutathione and our bodies obviously naturally producing it, but then also through something like what you have, how it can affect those things.
Okay, so what you see outside on your skin is a reflection of what's happening inside your body.
Yeah.
I always believe that part, except for the face, right? And so for me, it's always been, even though a face is the most exposed to the sunlight and outside toxins, our organs are not. So getting results on your face is easy to see when you apply glutathione. If we reduce the oxidative stress in your face, and your face gets less wrinkly, have even tone of your color, and have that pinkish hue coming back to your face, imagine what it can do to your organs when the glutathione is consumed internally. And so my goal for everybody that's out there listening to this thing is to understand that, hey, if glutathione can help on your face and get rid of all your damage, all the sun damage on your face, which could be sunspots, and we're talking about wrinkles, and we're talking about discoloration, or just lathering of your skin, because when the skin gets all used up and dried up, it gets all lathery, and to make it back again nice and plumpy and all those things. The same thing had happened to your organs when the glutathione is consumed internally. And those, if you work with physicians, they'll be able to measure the function of each and every organ with some blood tests to see, hey, has the testing been improved or not? And we see this all the time.
Wow, it's fascinating. I mean, you get to midlife, and for me, it's the sunspots on the driver's side window,
Yes.
on my face, or the wrinkles here, the stress that we have here. But you're saying that glutathione can help with those things.
Glutathione does help with that. It's basically the base of the whole thing. With the help of some external vitamin C, you can build some collagen. It needs more than just one molecule to fix the whole body. We have over 3,000 chemicals inside our body.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that everybody has a role. Glutathione being the cornerstone of getting rid of the bad stuff out of a body plays a very important role.
So we've talked a lot about glutathione, but in your expertise, what are the other things that we can be doing right now to feel better coming out of the pandemic and stress and, just difficult lives that people lead? What are the other recommendations you would have for people to just feel better?
Feel better. So while I cannot say what everybody else does to make them feel better, I can tell you what I do every morning to myself, to make myself feel better. The first thing I do every day when I wake up, before I do anything, is to sit down and do 15 minutes of meditation. All it does for me is I'm still not fully awake yet, and I'm literally just sitting quietly and just thinking about nothing for about 15 minutes. And that brings calmness to me. The second thing that I do, which is I want to make sure that everybody have a chance to do that, is just do some breathing exercise. And there are plenty of breathing exercises out there. All I'm telling you is that do conscious breathing. When you breathe in and breathe out consciously, you are basically focusing on yourself and not on the outside on the outside factors. Right before I did this podcast, I had to take 2 minutes off and I breathe for 2 minutes and want to make sure that I'm completely present with today. I'm present with you right now. And I want to be present with the audience who's listening to it now and forever, making sure that I give 100% of my time and my energy to you today. And that is one thing that has helped me the most to stay focused, because we get excited, we get depressed all the time. And my job is can I stay right in the middle? Not too excited, not too depressed, right in the middle. Yeah. If I can stay right in the middle, I can make better decisions and I can be focused on what I'm doing right now. So that has kept me alive, so to speak.
What about what you put into your body? So obviously, how much water we drink, the types of foods that we eat. You mentioned a few that are supportive of glutathione, but give me more on that.
So I have learned one thing, less is more. So I was going to say the other way around, but it's not true. Less is more. The less food you eat, the more energy you have. So I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. I don't drink juices or sodas or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with drinking water every single day, because that's what hydrates your body. So that's what I do every single day. I have become vegetarian over the last 6-7 years now, and that has really helped me gain more energy. I don't have a huge muscle mass to brag about, but I have lots of energy to brag about. My mental focus has increased because I only consume real food. I don't eat boxed lunches. Keep life simple, right? If something comes in a package, maybe not be right for us. If you have to cook something from grounds up, it's probably the best food you can eat every single day. So I'm all about eating fresh every single day and as much as possible avoid restaurants and fast food joints and things like that.
No, I mean, I've tended to feel the same way. It's like simple. It's like we complicate things too much. Like, what do I need? And if I get this special thing, and how can I find that, when it's like simplicity is beautiful. How do you then, because you talked about protein, I heard you say whey protein. How do you get enough protein if you're not eating meat? What are you eating for protein?
So I do take protein shakes once in a while. I used to take a daily basis, and just recently I decided, you know what, I'm going to see if I can get enough protein from my diet. So I use a lot of lentils, and with the lentils, I always mix with some airmith and millet type of grains to make it a complete protein. So for me, it's at least 3 to 5 times a week I'll have some sort of lentils in my diet. Lots of vegetables. It's day and night vegetables. I don't eat breakfast anymore. I've tried to control the amount of insulin I produce in my body by how many times I eat during the day, because insulin is the most atherogenic drug that we produce inside the body. And even though glutathione can help reduce the side effects of all insulin, I would like to believe that if I can stop that surges all the time, it would be better for me. So I try to eat less. I try to eat just during the 6-8 hours during the daytime. The rest of the time, I just drink water. That's what I'm eating right now.
Yeah. So how can people learn a little bit more about you and what you're doing, your book? And I'm fascinated by everything you do. So tell us where we can find you.
Thank you. Well, I have a lot of information about the glutathione on aurowellness.com, AURO wellness.com. I have the skin stuff on auroskincare.com, AURO skincare.com. And these are two separate product lines, but I have a lot of information about that one. If you have any further information that you need from me personally, the book's on there too. You can get the book from any online retailers or any of your favorite bookstores that have it. They have it on digital copies and Audible copy and all those things as well. But if they have more questions, please reach out to any of the ask us more info, and then I will get those emails from everybody.
Wonderful. Well, we will link those things and just appreciate what you're doing, your expertise. I love learning more about how we can feel better and be better, and mentally and physically. So thank you so much. It's great to talk to you, and I hope we can connect again soon.
Thank you.